Hello, boys and girls. How are you all doing today? You know who I am, right? Mrs. Hicks, your favorite music teacher. And if you've never seen me before, hey, welcome. Join my channel. Have fun with all the songs that I'm putting on. This is a new thing for me because you know what? We're all home and can't really go anywhere. So I'm just hanging out in my bunny slippers. And since I can't go into my elementary schools to teach all these songs, hey, why not do it on YouTube? So let's have a great time today with one of my favorite melts my heart songs, Amazing Grace. I'm going to play it for you first, and then I'm going to talk about the history and the notes that are in it and stuff. This is a really big song, and it's beautiful. Here's how it goes. Isn't that gorgeous? Raise your hand if you've heard that song before. Most of us have. Now, Amazing Grace. Let me tell you a little bit about it. Amazing Grace is a song that, it's sung in churches. It's a very spiritual song. And it was first published in 1779. So the song was written by John Newton, a man, John Newton. He was born in England. And he lived from 1725 to 1807, and he was a sailor. And the story goes that he was on a ship, and there was a really big storm, and everybody thought the ship was going to sink, and John Newton prayed that, please save this ship, and he had a spiritual moment, and the ship was saved. Everybody lived. And after that, John Newton then became a clergyman. He was a priest in the church. And so he wasn't a sailor anymore, so he worked for the church. And later on, he wrote a poem. And the first stanza goes, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. That's the first stanza, and there's several more, and it's just such a gorgeous song. So let's talk about the notes in this. First of all, let's do the fingerings. This has B, A, G, C, and two types of Ds, two fingerings for Ds, a low D and a high D. So let's go over our fingers and the notes, starting with pinchy B. You know I always do this. B. Like pinch, thumb in the back, thumb hole in the back. Okay, pinch, pinchy B. And your A, and your G, and your A, B, G. Relax your fingers and try to have your left hand above the right hand because I hope all of you are going to be in band, and that's how it is. Left hand above the right hand because of the way the key mechanisms are designed. So anyway, B, A, G, A, and then lift your first finger. There's your C, thumb in the back, and tall man finger on the second hole. There's your C, and then take off the thumb in the back, and there's regular D. I'll just say it's regular D. It's just that second hole covered. That one. Now, in Amazing Grace, we have another D in it. It's a low D and an E as well. So now it requires both hands. So the low D is 3 plus 3. I'm going to show you the picture of it over here. Okay, the low D, 1, 2, 3. First 3 holes are covered. Remember, when it's black, that means those holes are covered. And here's the thumb hole. When it's a full circle, that means your thumb is covering all the way in the back. And then your bottom hand, down, down, down. The next 3 holes are covered. So I call it 3 plus 3. You feel that pattern in your finger. It's 3 over 3, 3 plus 3. And the thumb is covering all in the back, and it sounds like this. And then the E looks like the first 3 holes are covered, bottom hand, the next 2 holes are covered. So I call that one 3 plus 2. Okay, now let's practice the low D. Here's what it, by the way, what it's going to look like. And I'm going to show you the music in just a sec. Remember, here's our music staff, 5 line notes, E, G, B, D, and F. Our music notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Remember, there's no H through Z. So, very good. Boy, deserves fudge. E, G, B, D, F. And then for the space notes, you're just spelling the word face, F, A, C, E. Now, here's the regular D over here. And it's this one. But the D that also is in Amazing Grace will be written as a space note. See, a line does not go through it, and it's at the bottom of the staff. That's the low D. And I put 3 over 3 just to remind you, but that's where that low D is located. I often get the question from kids, how do I know which D it is? Look and see where it is on the staff. If it's higher up on the staff where those 5 lines, then it's the regular D, the higher D. And here's the low D. Oh, by the way, you know what? There's even one more D that the recorder plays, which is the highest note. Listen to this. My dog and the cat just looked up at me. Yeah, I know. That's a high one. I don't have any songs right now that has the high D in it, but I'll have to look around because that'd be kind of fun. All right. So let's see what else. Here's our whole notes, 4 beats long. And white notes with a stick, those are the half notes. Those you play for 2 beats. Quarter notes, black note with a stick, 1 beaters. And in Amazing Grace, we do have dotted half notes. So those become 3 beat notes. So you just play it for 3 beats. You're counting to 3 in your head and playing the note for 3 beats. And there aren't any rests in this one, so we're not dealing with the rest symbols. Okay, so I'm going to show you what the music looks like real quick, and then I'm going to go back to my whiteboard and we're going to practice some of the fingerings. Okay, here's what it looks like, and I hope you can all see this okay. All right, good enough. So, with Amazing Grace, you see there's the low D. It sits below the 5-line staff right there, and I remind you, it's 3 plus 3. There's your G, and then we have 8 notes. Hopper. Remember, each 8th note is worth 1/2 of a beat. And what else? Here's our low E and low D. What else is different? Here, this symbol here is called a tie. And what you do is you just add the values of those 2 notes together. So, and it's kind of hard to see, it's not focused the best, but that's a dotted half note worth 3 beats, and it's attached to, it's also the D, a 2 beat, so 3 plus 2, it becomes a 5 beat note. And again, and if you're wondering what this is, it's called a slur. It's not a tie. When you see this symbol and it changes to a different note, it hooks to a different note, it's called a slur, and it means you just don't tongue that 2nd note. And what else do we do? We're going to play it with you guys looking at this in just a sec, but I want first to look at the whiteboard and we'll practice some of the fingerings on it. You know, it's a little easier that way if I'm pointing to it. So make sure I get that out of the way. All right. So let's see. The low D. You know, it's kind of a funky note to get out at first. So 3 plus 3, and really make sure that you're so covering those holes all the way and the thumb in the back. And you have to, just like with every note with the recorder, whisper into this. Here's what it's supposed to sound. If you blow teensy weensy bit too fast, you're gonna get that. We don't want that. We want this. So everybody right now, finger 3 plus 3. Got it? Okay, cover those holes all the way. Now, slow, soft, warm air. And just relax. Remember, relaxed musicians are the best. Relax your fingers. All right, what else? Okay, let's finger your first note, which is the D. And remember, like I say, since this song requires both hands, oh, for heaven's sakes, keep that bottom hand still. That thumb is glued under that 4th hole. Whatever you do, don't start going like that, okay? Otherwise, you're going to be a hot mess. So, yes, Keep that bottom hand still so that when you have the D, the low D and the low E, boom, boom, those fingers are close by, all right? You won't have to go searching for them. Okay, so let's finger the first line, starting here. D, G, B, G, B, A, G, 3 plus 2 now, E, D, D. Let's just go on. Second line, G, B, G, B, A, and here's regular D, okay, for 5 beats, and then B, D, D, so B, D, 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 B, G, okay, low D, here's where it gets a little tricky, D, 3 plus 3, now 3 plus 2, G, E, D, 3 plus 3, same thing, D, G, B, G, B, A, G. Okay, now let's try playing the song. Hang on a second. Let me see how much time we have. Oh, we have just enough time to play it through because I find that if I go over 15 minutes, it won't post. So it's kind of a pain. So I'm going to put the music in front and we're just going to play it together. And you know what? You can just go ahead and freeze and take a picture of it, print it out, or you can just stop the computer and just play it. So I'm going to play it with you. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, begin. Nice job. That was really awesome, guys. Yeah, this one is challenging. So, just relax and have fun with it. You know what I want to do, though? I want to play it on my flute because this is such a special song. So, let's end the lesson with me playing this gorgeous song on my wonderful flute. Here we go. Oh, I love that. That makes me feel so good. Okay, boys and girls, life is great. I miss you all so much. Mwah. And I will see you next time. Look for some new songs. Bye.